What's up, everybody, and future self of mine, because Facebook, I hope you're listening. I want you to pop this up as a memory in my timeline a year from now, like you always do with random crazy stuff. I have been having the best day ever. Like, I just can't imagine. Like, there's so much I want to share. I hope I don't miss anything, but let's start from the beginning. Like, first of all, like, I lightened up the background a little bit, but today is like a gloomy day, and I hate gloomy days. Like, if it's gonna rain, I don't mind rain. I just want it to rain and get over with. Like, I don't like it when it looks like it's gonna rain all day, which is what it looks like today. So, like, first thought is like, today is gonna suck. But let me just say, first of all, I just had the greatest like meeting that I've had in a long time with this awesome young lady. We got to talk about like faith and like our challenges, like our stories, just like so awesome to like get to know somebody on a more like intimate level, like, which I just haven't done with anybody in a long time. And so just hearing that, challenging each other, we left the like meeting like with challenges for each other, like accountability partners. Like, that's something I've been looking for a long time, and I just never really found in people. And it's just, I don't know, so many thoughts went through that meeting. Like, it was just cool to like really get to know somebody, learn a lot, like pretty much the things I just said, but like it was just such an awesome experience. And then after that, I had like a meeting for a school project that, you know, I just thought it was gonna be like a regular school meeting, like project kind of thing, like, you know, nothing special. Turns out I'm interviewing the chef of one of the diners on campus. Turns out he's a Christian as well. And crazy story, listen to this. I pulled out my laptop, which looks like, the laptop case that I have on it looks like an old book, but the guy thought it was a Bible at first, honestly. And I somehow got into the topic of talking about the high five guy, and like, I said that I knew the other chefs at the other diner really well because I stand outside the diner giving out high fives. And then I showed him the sticker that we have, and he was like, I think I've seen that before. And I was like, yeah, and I told him what it was. Like, I told him about like how it's like my source of ministry, and he was like, oh, that's cool, like I'm a Christian as well. I saw your book and I actually thought it was a Bible. I just didn't want to say anything because, you know, you don't want to, you know, like offend people, I guess, that kind of thing. And we started talking about like Jesus and about the Bible and like our faith and like the challenges that we each were like facing in life right now. And to like backtrack a little bit, this past weekend, God provided me with a great financial gift, and I've been wondering about like, where do I place that gift? Because I work a part-time job on the weekends where I sell coffee machines, and I make money off commission, and I made $500 commission, which that was definitely not my money. I don't usually sell that many machines. I sell one machine if I'm lucky. Like, that was totally a God thing. So I've been asking, like, where, God, do you want me to put that money? And I was talking to this gentleman, and he was talking about like how he's a strong believer, his wife is. He was trying to get his daughter to be more involved. She goes to school here, but she also lives with them, and he was going to take them to a concert, but he had to cancel, and just financials are tight right now. And I was like, that's my window, like that's the opportunity. And it's funny because I was just talking to the previous person in our meeting about that same thing, and talking about like, it's just crazy how like things line up. Now, nothing is set in stone there for that, but we created a relationship. Like, it was just crazy how God puts people in our lives. Like, first of all, this amazing young lady I met. Second of all, this chef that I met. Like, we're gonna be able to stay in a relationship. We exchange emails, phone numbers. Like, it's gonna be great. Like, I don't know like why for right now these two people are in my life specifically, but to just see it grow and develop is gonna be amazing. And then, like I said, so now time comes around, it's time for high fives, and I'm out there doing high fives. And in the meeting, I was talking with the young lady about like how like I want to do more with the high five. Like, I want to do more to share the word and like that kind of thing. And again, she reminded me, which I'm glad she did, is that like, no matter what you're doing, as long as you're like focusing on God when you do it, like God's gonna do amazing things with that. So like, even though I'm not doing bigger things yet, doesn't mean that I'm not having an impact on people. But I was standing out there, and like usually like once a week maybe I'll have somebody come up to me and tell me like how like important it was to them. Like, today I had 3 people say something to me. Like, it's just ridiculous. Like, the first person was like, you know, thank you so much for being out here, and thank you for doing all that you do for all of us. I really appreciate it. And I was like, my pleasure. And like, literally my pleasure. Like, when I worked at Chick-fil-A for the first year, like I would say my pleasure and not really mean it, but I really mean it now. Like, that's just amazing that like I impact people. And the person I talked to this morning in the meeting, she actually told me a story about how there was somebody who I unknowingly helped because they were facing like some anxiety, some depression, and they were struggling to like eat regular meals, and they would come to the diner and they would eat lunch only because they wanted to see me and get a high five. Like, I had no idea that was happening. Like, it's just mind-blowing the things that God does with us, and that the people that he puts in our lives unconsciously and consciously. And I don't know, it's just like an amazing day. And so I wanted to share it, like, and that's only halfway done. Like, there's still more to the day. So I don't know what's gonna happen for the rest of the day. Don't know what's gonna happen for the rest of the week. But I also make this video because I want to share it with all of you guys, but I also want to like make this like a source of like accountability slash like souvenir, I guess, because again, in the meeting this morning, we were talking about how like in the moment, like when things are hard, like you forget about those great things, you forget about the moments like this. So I was like, I need to record this, I need to have it available for me to watch, for me to just see and feel that energy again, and hopefully you guys feel a little bit of that too. So that's it so far. I'm excited to see what the rest of the day has. But guys, just always remember, like, keep positive. Remember that, like, if you put God first, everything you do, then he will be using you in ways that you have no idea, and he will bless you in ways that you have no idea. I mean, it's just amazing. Like, when you can, it really goes back to like he who has like little faith will like not accomplish much, or like whatever. I'm honestly not good at like pulling verses out of the Bible and like quoting them, but like that the one who is faithful with little will be faithful with much. Like, that really is true. And like, if you really believe that God is using you in different ways, and that if you're faithful in everything that you do, like you just place God at the beginning of it, like he is just going to do amazing things. And so I wanted to share that with you guys today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions ever about anything, I would love to talk to you guys about it. Like, it means so much every time I get to, and that's the other thing is like I left out, I forgot, it's like I had opportunity to invite 2 more people out to other ministries when I was standing outside giving out high fives today, and both of them seemed really interested, beyond my belief that they were interested, honestly, but they were interested and they wanted to come out. So we exchanged information. But guys, it's just like anything, like I don't realize it until it happens, but like one of the things that, like, I love helping people. I would wish I could be a public speaker. I wish I could do that thing. Well, I realized, you know, sharing the gospel, that is all of that. Like, that is the opportunity. So like, it's right now what gives me the most joy. And so I'm just so excited to share all this with you guys. If you guys ever want to talk about it, feel free to reach out to me, talk about anything, even if it's not related to religion or whatever, like school, whatever it is. I'm here for you guys. I want you to know that. So with that being said, I'll let you guys have an awesome rest of the day, night, whatever time you're watching this. But until the next time I talk to you, or until hopefully one day I get to talk to you in person, have a great rest of the time. Have fun!